September 7, 1940. Adolf Hitler issues a new directive to the Luftwaffe. Change targets. Stop attacking Royal Air Force airfields. Begin bombing London instead. This is the switch. The decision that changes everything. But to understand why this matters, you need to know what was actually happening in September 1940. The truth most Battle of Britain stories don't tell you. The RAF was losing, badly. Their airfields were being systematically destroyed. Pilot losses were unsustainable. They were perhaps 2 weeks away from complete collapse. Then Hitler switched targets, gave them breathing room. 11 days to recover. Britain survived. This is the story of one order that saved a nation. August 24th to September 6th, 1940. Germany's strategy is working. The Luftwaffe focuses on RAF Fighter Command airfields, radar stations, aircraft factories, the infrastructure keeping Britain's air defense alive. The numbers tell the story. In those 2 weeks, German bombers hit every major RAF airfield in southern England, some multiple times. Runways cratered, hangars destroyed, aircraft caught on the ground and burned. Fighter Command is bleeding pilots faster than they can train replacements. On September 6th, RAF Commander Hugh Dowding estimates his force can sustain this for perhaps 2 more weeks, maybe 3. After that, Fighter Command will cease to exist as an effective fighting force. Germany is on the verge of winning air superiority. Without it, Britain cannot defend against invasion. The situation is critical. Reason number 1 for the switch. Revenge. August 24th, 1940, RAF bombers attack Berlin. It's actually a navigation error. They were aiming for industrial targets outside the city, but bombs hit Berlin itself. Minor damage, a few buildings, no strategic impact. But the psychological impact is massive. Hermann Göring had personally promised Hitler that Berlin could never be bombed. If one enemy bomber reaches Berlin, Göring once boasted, "You can call me Meyer." Hitler is furious, not at the damage, at the humiliation. His capital bombed. Göring's promise broken. September 4th, Hitler gives a speech. "If they attack our cities, we will erase theirs." Pure emotion, not strategy, revenge. Reason number 2. Hitler believes terror bombing will break British morale. The theory sounds logical. London, 8.6 million people. Concentrate massive bombing on the capital. Create panic. Civilian casualties. Destroyed homes. Fires. Chaos. Hitler calculates this will pressure Churchill's government. The British public will demand negotiations, peace talks, anything to stop the bombing. Britain will surrender without invasion being necessary. This theory has support in the German military. Strategic bombing doctrine suggests attacking civilian morale can win wars faster than destroying military targets. But it's based on a fundamental misunderstanding of British psychology. The Blitz, when it comes, will kill 43,000 civilians, destroy hundreds of thousands of homes. London will burn for 57 consecutive nights. But British morale doesn't break. It hardens. The bombing creates defiance, not surrender. Hitler's second reason, also wrong. Reason number 3. Hermann Göring's ego, again. If you've watched episodes 1 and 2, you know this pattern. Göring makes impossible promises. Hitler believes him. Göring fails. Dunkirk, May 1940. Göring, the Luftwaffe will destroy the trapped British. Result, 338,000 escaped. Stalingrad, November 1942. Göring. The Luftwaffe will supply the encircled army. Result, 290,000 starved. Now, September 1940. Goering again promises Hitler, "Give the Luftwaffe the chance. We can win this war alone. Let us bomb London. We'll break British morale in weeks. No invasion needed." Goering wants glory. He wants to prove air power can win wars without armies or navies. Hitler, somehow, still trusts him. Third time's the charm? No. Goering will fail. Again. But Hitler doesn't know that yet. Reason number 4. Timeline pressure for Operation Sea Lion. Germany's planned invasion of Britain keeps getting delayed. Originally scheduled for mid-August, then late August, now mid-September. The German Navy is terrified. They don't have enough ships to protect the invasion fleet. British Royal Navy will slaughter the slow-moving barges carrying German troops. Navy Admiral Raeder tells Hitler, "We cannot guarantee safe passage unless the Luftwaffe achieves complete air superiority first. But achieving air superiority is taking too long. The methodical destruction of RAF airfields works, but slowly." Hitler grows impatient. Maybe switching to London will force a quicker decision, break British resistance faster. Desperation, not strategy. Another emotional decision. September 7th. The switch happens. German bombers head for London instead of RAF airfields, and immediately, Fighter Command gets breathing room. 11 days. September 7th to September 18th. Without constant attacks on their bases, the RAF can repair runways, rebuild hangars, rest exhausted pilots, bring in reinforcements, receive new aircraft from factories that are no longer being bombed. The transformation is remarkable. On September 6th, Fighter Command was on its knees. By September 15th, they're launching their largest coordinated defense of the entire battle. September 15th becomes known as Battle of Britain Day. The RAF inflicts such heavy losses on the Luftwaffe that Germany realizes air superiority is impossible. Hitler's switch gave the RAF exactly what they needed. Time. Just 11 days. But enough. September 7th, 1940, evening. The Blitz begins. Over 300 German bombers hit London. The bombing continues every single night for 57 consecutive nights, then sporadically for months after. The human cost is terrible. 43,000 British civilians killed. Over 1 million homes destroyed or damaged. Entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble. London burns. But Hitler's strategic goal fails completely. British morale doesn't break. If anything, the bombing unites the country, creates determination, defiance. Churchill's speeches resonate even more powerfully. Most critically, the RAF continues fighting. Fighter Command, recovered during those crucial 11 days, defends British skies. Luftwaffe bomber losses mount steadily. By late September, Germany realizes the truth. They cannot win air superiority. Operation Sea Lion is impossible. The invasion is cancelled. Hitler's switch saved Britain. September 15th, 1940. The day everything changes. Germany launches its largest daylight raid yet. Hundreds of bombers. Heavy fighter escort. They're confident the RAF is still weak from weeks of fighting. But Fighter Command, recovered during those 11 days Hitler gave them, meets the attack with overwhelming force. Every available squadron scrambles. Wave after wave of Spitfires and Hurricanes tear into German formations. Luftwaffe losses are catastrophic. The bombers that reach London do minimal damage. Most turn back. By evening, German commanders realize the truth. The RAF is not defeated, not even close. September 15th becomes Battle of Britain Day, the day Germany lost the air war, all because Hitler switched targets. September 17th, 1940. Just 2 days after the disaster of September 15th, Hitler postpones Operation Sea Lion indefinitely. October 12th, the invasion is officially cancelled. Without air superiority, the German Navy cannot protect an invasion fleet. British fighters and bombers would slaughter the slow barges carrying troops across the Channel. The Royal Navy would finish what the RAF started. Germany's first major defeat of World War II. Britain survives to fight on, alone against Nazi Germany for another year, until the Soviet Union enters the war in June 1941, until the United States enters in December 1941. If Britain had fallen in 1940, history would be entirely different. No Allied base for D-Day, no bombing campaign against Germany, potentially no Allied victory. Hitler's switch on September 7th changed everything. 3 episodes, 3 decisions, 1 pattern. Stalingrad, November 1942. Hitler forbids retreat. Emotion. Ego and Göring's false promise about airlift. Result, 290,000 German soldiers lost. Dunkirk, May 1940. Hitler halts the advance. Emotion, overconfidence and Göring's promise the Luftwaffe could finish them. Result, 338,000 enemy soldiers escaped. Battle of Britain, September 1940. Hitler switches targets. Emotion, revenge for Berlin bombing. Göring's promise again, timeline desperation. Result, Britain survives, invasion cancelled. The pattern is undeniable. Every fatal order involves Göring making impossible promises. Every decision driven by emotion, not strategy. Every result catastrophic for Germany. Hermann Göring, 0 for 3. Hitler, still believing him. August 20th, 1940. Before the switch. Winston Churchill addresses Parliament. He speaks about the RAF pilots defending Britain. His words become famous. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. But what Churchill doesn't know yet is that Hitler is about to give those few exactly what they need. Time. Just 11 days. By switching targets from RAF airfields to London, Hitler grants Fighter Command the breathing room to survive. This is episode 3 of Hitler's fatal orders. Stalingrad, emotion over strategy. Dunkirk, emotion over strategy. Battle of Britain, emotion over strategy. The pattern is clear. Hermann Göring makes impossible promises. Hitler believes them. Catastrophic consequences follow, every single time. When will episode 4 come? When Hitler makes his next fatal mistake.